All right. So, a little Spain update. Things didn't go to plan. Basically, I came here to Spain seeking to find a music studio, and I'm at one right now. I managed to get the studio. It's not super expensive, 320 euros per month. But the problem is that I don't have anywhere to live. So I thought I was just gonna wing it and maybe like sleep in the studio. But then the contract actually says there's like a specific clause. All kinds of residential activities are prohibited, and there can be random inspections unannounced into your room. And it's like, what? Like you don't even like think it's like don't think it's possible. It's so crazy. When I saw that clause, I was just like so turned off because my initial plan was to come to Spain, get a studio, just kind of like wing it and sleep in it, because I don't mind. I don't care. But then when you find out that there can be random checks to see that, to make sure you're not living there, it's like it changes the picture slightly. I don't quite like that. I don't vibe with that at all, so I don't know. It leaves me fantasizing about Southeast Asia because I'm looking at the prices for like houses, rooms, hotels, and all that stuff. Like you can live like a king for really, really cheap. You can get like a condominium with a pool on the roof in a high rise for like $300 a month in Vietnam or in Thailand or somewhere else. Like, isn't that crazy? Like the difference, But like condominiums and high rises obviously is not something I'm looking for. But like the real alternative to a studio is a house, right? Because when you are renting a house, you got the space to have a studio and to live there at the same time. I think that's like the bestest option out there, And I do have a house in my home country of Ukraine, but since I am uh how should I put it? Since I'm a volunteer who left the country to help it out, and I promised to be back in 3 weeks, and now it's been more than 3 years. I think that is not an option anymore. To go back to my house in my home country. Um, but yeah, Lo, I think we should take it with some humor. It's all right. I'll work it out. It's just I'm a bit tired right now. I thought I'd find a spot to sleep outside. I have my hammock here. Decathlon, comfort, Quechua hammock. Um, it's nice. It's sleepable, but yeah, the wind is just crazy tonight. So no way I'm sleeping outside. And even if there's gonna be this random check in the morning or whatever. By the way, there's cameras like everywhere on every corner here. There's no blind spots for cameras around these corridors. It's so like this sense of like vigilancy, that you're being watched all the time. I really don't like it. And it stands in contrast with like the type of studio I used to rent in Montreal. In Montreal, it was Masonic Studios, if you guys know. It's it's funny because like the owner or the main manager, I guess he was like so crazy. He was just like this crazy dude. Um, I can't even describe why. He was just like so informal. And then, yeah, you could like literally sleep there. Nobody would give a single damn. Nobody would bat an eye if you slept there or if you did drugs there. People smoked weed in their studios. People did everything there. And nobody, like, there was no enforcement, no cameras. And I love that type of vibe. Here, everything is just like super sterile. The room itself is great. Let me show it to you. I already bought a microwave. And my breakfast awaits me. Are there two burritos? The room itself is really, really good, right? It's just like it's everything is way too formal, man. So like it leaves me wondering like what should I do next? Because if I can't sleep here, then I need to deviate from my plan and actually rent a room in the city. Um and so like that like adds to my expenses very, very greatly. That adds puts a lot of additional pressure um on me, and I'm not looking for no pressure. All I want to do is to like literally have a place to dwell in, because I don't want my studio to be like purely functionalist space where I come in for a few hours, I do my thing, do my job, and then I leave. I want my studio to be a creative space filled with stuff, filled with books, for instance. Yeah, I draw a lot of inspiration from books, and like imagine like if I wanted to read one here, and in the contract it says only no residential activity, only rehearsals, only make music here, and it's like, wait, but like what if I'm drawing inspiration from like different sources, like, and I want to go on and off from my studio, and leave whenever I want, come back whenever I want. Like ideally, again, like the bestest option is for me to like um convince one of my friends to go to Southeast Asia and rent a house and make music there. That would be bestest. And yeah, then I could get like an online job and it wouldn't be as expensive to live there. And don't get me wrong, by the way, I fucking love Spain. I fell in love with this country, especially its people. The people here are what makes this country great. Honestly, I've had so many amable interactions around here, and they've been like rays of sunshine, on my way, and it's so awesome. I've seen some crazy ones too. Um, yeah, I would say like it's a mixed bag, but at the same time, like the positive of interactions, they definitely outweigh the negative. So yeah, I like Spain. I love the language. I love the culture. I want to learn more of the language, right? Because I've been learning it for quite some time now. Um, what else? What else? Let's see. Oh, the flamenco culture. The flamenco culture. Come on, like that's like one of the coolest ways, one of the coolest approaches to guitar out there, like ever created. Um, and that's something I would definitely be very, very interested in. But then again, the cost of living is just pushing me out of Europe altogether. Like, there's no places in Europe anymore that feel affordable. Like, even Eastern Europe, take a look at Poland or whatever. Pick any country in Eastern Europe, Southeastern Europe, the Balkans, Serbia, Slovenia, Croatia. Everything is expensive. Everything is hella expensive. Well, maybe if I was to look into Tsarnagura, Charnagura, Montenegro. Yeah, maybe Montenegro has some options. I don't know, but other than that, my mind is just like is like now leaning towards Southeast Asia. Literally renting a house there and having the actual time to dwell on my music, not to treat it as something that like I have to fit in within my schedule, but like something that like, you know, I can turn to whenever I feel like it, you know? Because otherwise it's not my approach. I don't treat music as science. I don't think uh, it can be quantified, right? Like music is such a qualitative thing where it's all about feelings and like the sublime, right? And in order for you to get to that, like you need to have a lot of free time and space, uh, and stuff like that. Because otherwise, it's just not gonna like if you only practice instruments, yeah, and your goal is to get better at playing the piano or the guitar or the drums, then sure, you can treat it more functionally. But then if you're working on projects and on music and stuff, like you can't just pop into the studio for 1 or 2 hours and then leave and go about your day. Like it doesn't really work like that. You have to tune in. Like you have to give it some time until you get into that headspace of creation. Yeah. Of being creative. So anyways, well, I don't know, guys. That's the conundrum. That's the problem that I'm currently facing. So I don't know how I'm gonna get out of it, but I hope that things will work out, I really hope so. Because my priority is just that, is just making music. I don't need anything else. I'm willing to work as far as it does not impede on my ability to make music. I'm not willing to dedicate my life to just working like for what? If I know that my purpose is music, if I know that that's my passion and I have the talent for it, I have like the abilities and I want to improve on them and that's my passion, I'm drawn to it. What would be like how would it make sense for me to like put all of my time and energy and resources into anything else? It just wouldn't make sense for me as a person. So like I need to work out a way of um how to be able to make music with no such distractions. Like no hustle mode, but like dwelling mode. So yeah, that's the problem I'm facing. I'm worried about if the sound been recorded or not because I hope my phone isn't connected to these headphones because then the sound uh, is being recorded from these and you'll not hear anything. Oh, anyways, guys, we'll get through it. We'll pull through. Honestly, uh, we just need to think how. We just need to. It's a good thing I'm staying sober as well. I've been sober for almost a year now, since August last year. And it helps a ton, honestly. I think I should make a separate video on that. But yeah, guys, all right. I'm just ended here and I'll update you next time when something comes about. Cheers. Okay, a little update a few days later. I shaved and I picked that annoying nose hair that I had that I didn't notice before. But now I'm clean finally. Anyways, so what's the update? The update is that there's been some legal complications. Basically, as a Ukrainian national, in principle, I'm entitled to temporary protection here in Spain because of the war. However, because I'm holding a residency card from Poland, they basically just told me at the police station, they told me that they cannot help me if I already hold a residency card from another European country. Therefore, I have to renounce my Polish card in order to obtain that new Spanish protection. So that is flying out the window. And it's kind of problematic because then I don't really have the right to work here in Spain. And my only solution is to work illegally, which is like a little bit messed up. So that will have to be worked out as well. And that's major, that's a major thing. But anyways, that's that. And I'm going to keep you updated. I hope that you guys, I guess, will resonate with this format, or I don't know, just comment anything if anything springs to your mind. It's like Let's have a chat. Let's have a conversation. Our world is lonely enough. All right. So why don't we just have a little chit chat in the comments? All right. Cheers.